Hi guys, and welcome back to Anything New York, where today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite things to do in this city. So if you're an adrenaline junkie like myself, then this is a must do. This is probably the most unique perspective that you can get of New York City. So Fly Nion is a company based out of New Jersey that offers open door helicopters as you fly across New York City. And it's pretty darn incredible. Now, I do want to talk about a few different things about this experience, but first things first, the price. The first time I ever did this was about 2 or 3 years ago, and I believe I paid almost $400 for a 20-minute ride, and it was during sunset, so it was pricier than if you were to go early on during the middle of the day. Now, for it being my first time doing it, I would say that it was worth the $400 slices of pizza. But for the next time I did it, I would not have paid $400 again. That's a lot of money. But luckily, Fly Nion is just about always running sales. So right now, I just went on their site and it was $134 per seat, and that's for a 27 to 30 minute open door helicopter flight. Now that sounds much better. So if you are looking to do this experience, I 100% recommend waiting until they have these deals, which is pretty much always. And the 27 to 30 minutes is one of their longer flights that they offer, and is plenty of time, since in a helicopter to get from downtown by the World Trade Center all the way to Central Park could take you less than 1 minute, since I don't think there's usually much traffic up there. Even from their shorter flights that are cheaper, you will see everything from the Brooklyn Bridge to the Empire State Building, then the financial district with the World Trade Center, and then also Central Park. So you pretty much get to see all of Manhattan within even the shorter one. Another side note is that their heliport is in New Jersey. So if you were to take an Uber from Manhattan all the way to their heliport, it would probably be upwards of $60 or $70. So what I do every time is I take the PATH train for $2.75, get off at the Newark stop, and then take an Uber from there, which is usually around $10. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is why Fly Nion. I have flown in helicopters with multiple companies here in New York City, and Fly Nion is the only one that I've flown in that did have the open doors. And that just makes the experience so much more incredible. Like, after flying with the doors off, it really is not the same experience when you fly with it on. It's just pretty indescribable how incredible it is with the doors off. You just are gonna have to try it for yourself. And now, where to sit. So, lucky for you guys who are watching this, if your friends you're going with aren't watching this, then you'll have the upper hand. But in my personal opinion, the best seat to sit in the helicopter is right behind the passenger seat. Just the way how the wind is blowing and how you want your legs to be out. And if you want to get the best photos of yourself, then that's where I'd highly recommend. And I would say you should do this during the summer or spring months, since if you do this during the winter, it is quite freezing up there. Even during the summer, it's extremely windy. It's so hard to hold your camera and phone to shoot your content, but it's at least warm. So if you're going during the winter, just make sure to layer up. And of course, we should touch upon safety. Since you're riding in a helicopter, it of course can be very dangerous. But from my experience, I did feel very safe. When you're flying with Fly Nion, at least, you are wearing a harness and you're locked in so that you can't fall out of the helicopter. But they do teach you, when they give you a briefing for about a half hour before you take off, how to get out of it if for some reason that the helicopter does land in the water and you do need to escape and swim. That is such a very rare chance that happens, but it still could happen. So it's good that they do brief you and make sure that you are aware and capable to get out. But overall, I would say that I did feel very safe while flying. So that is what I think you should know before flying over New York City with Fly Nion. And another note, just make sure if you are gonna book this, try and make sure you do get the sale, since even with that deal, you can typically book the trip for any time within the next 2 years. So you don't need to know the specific date right at the time, but you can at least lock in your tickets. So that's gonna be it for this video, and from Anything New York, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we will see you guys next time from here in New York City.